Guys, I am completely out of breath, and I was carrying a bucket of water up to Isaac's dog, and I am puny, so I'm coughing. But I wanted to show you where our garden was last year, and then I'm going to show you the raised bed that I'm going to attempt to clean out, but I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh mercy. So hang on, let me show you the garden. Okay, the garden goes, I don't know if you can see that baling twine right there or not, but it goes from about right there under the bush hog and all the way down to the end is where we normally have our garden. Now I'm not going to go that far this year. And that's just our in-ground garden. I don't know what you call a regular garden, but anyway. And here are my two little raised beds. Now remember, it's been 2 years since I did anything with these. And so it's got 2 years worth of weeds and stuff in them. So I'm going to go down here to this last one. It looks like it's like coming off its perch. I need to straighten that up a little bit and get to cleaning. Okay guys, I'm getting my gloves on. We're going to get over here and I'm going to try to straighten it up a little bit. Oh, that was easy. We need to put some braces there. I'm going to have to go get a shovel. I thought it was going to be little stuff, but it's big stuff in here. Hope I don't wake a snake up from there sleeping. That would not be nice. It's going to take something bigger than the utensils I got. And I've waited till late in the day. And so I probably won't get them all done today because I didn't realize they were this bad. This will put a damper on your gardening dreams, but I will not be defeated. Whatever this is, it was meaning to stay. Okay guys, I'm going to look for bigger equipment. This job requires calling in the big guns. Okay guys, I brought in the big shovel and I got a few big clumps out. These roots go all the way to the bottom because we did not put any weed barrier underneath this raised beds. And as you can see, we double stacked these raised beds. You can see because I can move that one. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Caroline help me tomorrow. I'm going to go buy some weed barrier plastic, can't think what it's called, but it's the fabric you lay down. And we're going to separate them because I wanted more anyway. So that's what we're going to do. Hey guys, well we have had a week on the farm of everything breaking. Everything. It was the cruster would break, then the spreader truck would break, then the cruster would break, and so we have been in like fix and maintenance mode in between cleaning out our chicken houses. So they are fixing to put a whole new chain on the spreader truck. So I thought I would film a little bit of them doing this. First, let me show you a picture of what the spreader truck looks like with the chain all wrapped up. If you can look in the back of it, you can see it's wrapped around its this spindle thing, and it's like a belt, and everything is wrapped around it, and it's just all messed up. So we are fixing to fix that, but let me show you that picture first. So here is the belt or chain, or I'm not really sure what you want to call it, but this is what we will be replacing in the spreader truck. It is 400 pounds of massiveness. So I'm really not sure how Bryant and my brother are going to do this, but they're going to. I believe in them. Okay guys, so fixing the spreader truck did not go as planned. We had a little bit of excitement that day. Yeah, my poor brother got sick and he really scared us. I mean, he scared us. So we made a quick little trip to the hospital, and he is doing good now. He's doing great. He just needs to drink and eat more and check his sugar more. So, but other than that, he's doing good. And so we had a gentleman in the church told Bryant, he said, well, I'll come after work and I'll help you get it fixed. And so they got the spreader truck up and running, and I actually rode around with Bryant in it a little bit yesterday as we spread chicken poo everywhere. Y'all, it was so funny the other day when it was so pretty here in North Carolina. It was so beautiful. And I raised all my windows, and that was the day that Bryant decided to spread our fields with chicken litter. And so my house did not smell good at all. So, but anyway, we're going to get back to the gardening thing. So, yep, that's what we're doing today. Hey guys, and welcome to the Farm and Pastor's Wife. Today we're going to talk gardening again, and actually may do a little bit. It is my cleaning day, so that explains why there's no makeup. Anyway, I have been thinking about our garden. Let me show you if I can find it easily. We kind of did a diagram of, or I did a diagram of the gardens. So hold on just a second. Let me turn the camera around. Okay, so here you'll see what I plan to plant in our raised. We've got 4. Well, I'm hoping to divide them and make 4 raised gardens. One will be a complete lettuce mix. That's what I'm hoping for. Over here, I'm going to do spinach. And maybe 4 heads of cabbage in this one. This will be my herb one, and I'm just going to kind of break it up into squares and do dill, sage, basil, oregano, rosemary, and I may do another oregano or cilantro. I'm not sure. I figured those were the ones that I would use the most out of all herbs. So, and then this one, I thought about doing some onions and garlic. So that is our raised beds. This is our in-ground garden, and I'm planning on doing a row of green beans, a row of tomatoes, a row of peppers, a whole row, but divide it in half and do squash on one half and zucchini on the other. Another half a row of peppers, and a half a row of cucumbers, and then a row of okra. And then over on another farm, another piece of property, we're going to till up a garden, and we're going to do 3 rows of potatoes and 3 rows of corn. So that is my garden plans. There you have it. Okay, so with this garden, I've done a lot of research. The gardens Bryant and I have planted in the past have always been the in-ground gardens. Well, I have done a raised bed of herbs before, but the in-ground gardens with green beans, tomatoes, stuff that you just grow right before summer and, well, I guess the 1st of May, end of April. Just easy peasy things. And you transplant the plants or you plant the seeds. And that's what we've always done. So this year, since I'm doing some things I've never done before, I've had to do a little research. So I have researched in a website, online, of course, just going and looking, like when is the best time to plant, how is the best way to plant. One of you guys have sent me a Facebook suggestion of a farm, an organic farm that could possibly give me some help and give me some advice. So I appreciate that. I have liked them on Facebook, but I have not reached out to them yet, and I plan to once I get going and get started. But and I also bought this book, Carolina's Fruit and Vegetable Gardening, and I live in North Carolina, so I thought this was a really good book. It knows our climate, it knows, things, and it's telling me how to plant, when to harvest, how to trellis or not to trellis, or so forth. So I am really liking this book. It's kind of become my go-to gardening book, as well as just online. So I'm going to be spending a lot of time in this book, and I'm really excited about it. So, but I think the only thing I'm going to start, I talked about a greenhouse. We don't have the greenhouse yet, and it's not going to be set up or even purchased in time for this garden. So I kind of have to give up on the greenhouse idea until maybe next year. But I think the only thing I'm going to start seed-wise inside is it looks like everything else can be planted outside. Well, I'm not going to plant, like my tomatoes, I'm just going to go purchase tomato plants and stuff like that. But I am going to plant indoors spinach. And I've bought 2 varieties. This is a Salad Sensation Hybrid. And it's a burpee seed. And then I also bought a baby leaf spinach hybrid. And it's also by Burpee. I just picked these up at my local Walmart. So I have no clue how these will turn out. These may not even germinate at all. So, but we're going to give it a try. And if it doesn't work, then I guess I'll just go find some spinach plants and transplant them. They say that's not the best way to do spinach. It is the best way to do spinach. If I can't get my own to come up, I'll just go purchase them. So anyway, I'm going to go outside and show you what I got. I picked everything up at Walmart for little to nothing. And then we'll just see if it works. Okay, so here's the tray I got from Walmart. It is a 72 cell container, and then underneath it has the clear dome if you wanted to kind of create that greenhouse effect, and then it also comes with like a sturdy tray to help carry it and transport it. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put my soil in each of these trays, and then I'm going to take it inside and get ready to plant. And here is the soil I got to start with. So we'll see how this works. Oh guys, it is a little bit breezy out today. I'm going to just start by pouring and then just taking my hands and filling in these little sails. Woo, the wind. I should be doing this in a larger tray or tub to catch the extra, so I can use that in something else. Y'all, I'm so excited. This is so, like, I don't know what's got into me this year about gardening, but, y'all, there's not a snake hanging up. I'm trying to recapture some of this dirt. I don't know how well it's working, but I know I'm going to have to sweep the carport. This will be what my greenhouse will be good for when I get it. I didn't use much of that bag at all, and I wasted a lot of it. Take it inside to my sink, so I'll be close. So we're going to plant spinach. Excuse me. So we did not finish planting the spinach. I got my dirt in my tray, as you saw, and I did not wet it. I didn't like pre-wet it, and so the more I checked, the more I felt like I should probably pre-wet it. So I brought it in the kitchen and put it under the faucet a little bit and just let it settle. I wanted it to settle, soak up, because the water was just running off. It was so dry. So I wanted it to absorb some of that water. So I let it sit overnight. We had to run some errands. We had to go out to eat. So we came back this morning, and I am ready to plant the spinach seeds in it. Now, I have two kinds of spinach. I have a baby leaf spinach. I think I showed you these yesterday. And a salad spinach. And they're both going to be used in salads, but this is a smaller leaf. And this is, so, and I brought my tray in here in the kitchen. I'll just show you what I'm doing here. And hang on, let me move stuff. I'm going to be cooking today, too. I'm going to be making some cooking videos. But I wanted to get this garden one uploaded pretty quick. So I'm going to plant this bottom half, these 6 trays, in the salad spinach. Now, I do not have those little cute little sticks that label everything. So, look what I used. I used a spoon. And so, I've just kind of put it here. And then I have my baby spinach will be on this half. So what I'm going to do, this has become my gardening spoon. I have several of these wooden spoons, and I found this one tucked away that I haven't been using. So this is what I'm going to use. And I'm just going to just barely make a little indentation in these sails, these little tubular sails. Now, from my understanding, we'll have to transplant this before it goes in the garden to a bigger tray. So it may have been beneficial to just start out in a bigger tray, but I thought these smaller ones would give it a better start. So I'm going to finish doing this and I'll bring you back. Okay, so I've just poured out a few of the seeds in my hand, and I didn't pour out the whole container. And I'm just going to drop them in each of those little holes that I made. Uh-oh. Isaac just came in and told me he didn't feel good.
Oh, I didn't know you were to cut that out.
No, I can't.
Yeah, you can.
No, I can't. He says cut it out, but You don't know how difficult that is. And that seed did not go in the hole, so I'm going to push it over in there. And I'll show you what I'm going to do real quick. I'm going to take this side of the spoon and just kind of rake over a little dirt on top of it. Not a lot, just a little. And just barely rake a little dirt over it. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish doing this with the baby spinach, and then I'll do the salad spinach. Okay, so I've got them all planted. Let me tell you what I didn't take into account. Because I don't have a greenhouse, we're going to use the lid to kind of create a greenhouse effect. And I did not take into account my spoons, my labels. So what I did was I just broke the handle off. And now they're going to be fine. So I got those in there. And what I'm going to do now is just to, even though my dirt is moist, I'm just going to come around and give them a good little drink. Now y'all know I'm a novice. I have no idea what I'm doing. And so you're just going to walk this journey with me. And if we have success, yay. If we don't, then you have just witnessed what not to do. So if you guys have any hints, like I said, I can plant a garden. I can put beans in the ground, and I can put tomato plants in the ground, and I can tie them up, and I can grow that kind of a garden. This type of stuff, like seedlings, and this is all new to me. All right. So I've given them all a good little drink. And what I have read is I need to do this with the spray bottle, if that's what I'm using, since that's what I'm using, about twice a day. So, like I said, since we don't have a greenhouse yet, but Bryant and I looked at them online this morning. I'm so excited. Oh, I told him, I said, he says, we're behind the 8 ball this year. And I said, I know, but we need to start looking this year or we're going to be behind the 8 ball next year. So, we looked at them this morning and we kind of picked out a style that we want. Now, we may build it ourselves or we may buy a kit. I don't know which is the best. We're going to do some more research. But anyway, I don't think this fits tightly down. But so this is going to create a greenhouse effect. Now, once we start seeing green, some growth, we'll take this off. But let me go take it in there where I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to show you my setup. Now, I did have enough seed left over that I can possibly have a second planting, like a spring planting or summer planting, but I can definitely have a fall planting of spinach. Excuse me. Now, the room I am in now, this is our craft room, office room, music room, junk room. All of the above. Here's my craft table here. There's the piano, keyboard, not piano, but keyboard. The desk, the copier, the junk, the craft stack. This is a room that needs some of my attention. Not only to craft and to work in, but to clean up. We also have a bookshelf that I am fixing to purge. I don't know if you can see it back there. It needs purging bad. So, but anyway, here is my set. Let me turn the light on so you can see. Well, that didn't really help because this light's not bright. But here is the table. And I brought my cooling rack in here to set it on. And I'm not going to put a heat mat under it. I may put something on top of the rack so air's not hitting it from the bottom. I thought about, I don't have a gardening heat mat. I thought about getting the heating pad and putting it on its low setting. But I'm afraid that still may be a little too warm. So I think my house is warm enough to be okay. So, like I said, I don't have all the things I need. And I'm not going to do that at first. I think it's wise to ease into things, to make sure you're going to enjoy it for one, before you make the investment. So I'm doing the best I can with what I have, and I'm buying the enough to get me by to see how this is going to go. Now, I do not have a grow light either, but I do have a craft light. My grow light is a craft light. So, and the reason I have it on its cooling rack, I needed something to raise it up towards the light, because this is about as low as my light can get. And when it starts to grow and when they start shooting out, if your light is way up high, then the plants shoot up towards that light, and then their bottom half becomes weak and not stable. It's called bolting. And y'all, I am just reading about this. This is what I have learned this week in my studies. But you don't want it to bolt, and it makes sense. It makes total sense, because if you watch plants and trees, they grow towards the sunlight. And so you want this light as close to them as they can be, so they don't shoot up and become weak at the bottom. You want them to, and so as they grow, you raise the light. And so it makes total sense to me. So we're going to see. I'm going to spritz these down with water twice a day. I'm going to give them anywhere between 12 and 16 hours of light. Hope my bulb lasts. I hadn't thought of that. Well, if not, I'll have to go set them in my kitchen. But my light's really high in the kitchen. So, but spinach is planted. So, we'll check them. I probably won't check them with you guys every day, because, I mean, that's crazy. But when we see growth, I'll bring you in to show you. I'm so excited. So, that's it for the planting the spinach. What I'm going to try to do today is I'm going to try to get some ground torn up and work some of the ground. I'm going to sit down on my cabinet, on my short cabinet. I'm going to work on the ground today. I hope I can get some of it torn up. I would like to get my raised beds moved, like I showed you earlier in the video, where I want to separate them and put the matting under it. I haven't done much more on that than what you saw. In fact, I haven't done anything else on that. But I need to go get the matting, and I need to go buy some raised bed dirt, filler dirt. Bryant likes to bring in dirt from the farm, but it has all the weeds in it. So I don't want that. This year of gardening is going to cost him a little bit. He's going to have to get off that money. I'm just kidding. But it is going to, I mean, because we're getting started again, getting back into gardening. And I'm researching, and I'm finding things I want, and that seem to make things easier. And the things that I'm desiring are not necessarily just like fad things. They're things that I know will help me and help me stay engaged in the garden and help me not get frustrated and want to give up. So, that's it. So, what else I'm going to do today? I'll probably make some more videos. Right now I've got to go get my jars. I'm going to, my quart jars, and sterilize them. They're brand new, but I still like to sterilize them anyway. I'm going to get my quart jars, and because either tonight or tomorrow I'm going to can some pintos. I've got 8 pounds of dried beans, and so I'm going to can those. Sorry, my phone rings. It never fails when I'm videoing, the phone rings. And y'all, that's what I use is my phone to video. But I've never canned pintos before, so this is going to be a first for us, for me, and for us. But I'm really getting excited about preserving, and I'm just getting excited about the garden and stuff. So anyway, that's what I have left to do. I'm going to make some bread today, hopefully. I got to run to the store. I got a lot to do today. Got a lot to do. So y'all be good. Thank you for watching. Thank you for dropping in and visiting with me on the farm. I love it when you drop in, and I love you guys. And please subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. Your friends that are gardeners that know a whole lot more than I do, tell them to subscribe so they can send me messages and help me. So you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching.